That's the wrong button. There we go. I do that a lot lately. I need to move the end button. Oh! Camera? There is no shot. What? Huh? What? Man, do we just call it chat? Do we? Hang on. Yeah, you can hear me. That's good. That's good. Camera shut. That's amazing. All right then. What's going on here? Okay. Fantastic. We turn this off. I think the camera rode that misclick a bit too hard. Come on. Come on, Elgato. Oh, shit. Thank God. Okay, turn it off and turn it back on again. Chat, if you ever have issues... Huh? Well. Oh! Yeah, okay. Like actually, Cobble, I think you're right. Don't move. I think don't move is the trick here. What the f... Are we good? Like, I had OBS open for like... Oh my god. So I had OBS open for like at least half an hour in either the talking scene or the presenting scene, and the camera was completely fine, man. Oh my. Well. That's fantastic. Dodgy cable. It literally, it worked for all of setup. It didn't even talk back to me once. Where is the goddamn... Alright. Plug and unplug. Plug and unplug. Alright. Okay. Maybe that did it. So the first time I just turned the camera off and then back on again. Now we actually chucked the cable, which honestly, like if you ever work with capture cards, you might have the same issue as I do, in that if you just randomly unplug the USB, it seems to be stable now, that's good. If you ever randomly just plug out either the HDMI in cable or the USB-C cable from the capture card and then back in again, it just, at least Elgato's brand, yeah, I'll shit talk Elgato all I want. It just goes, nope, not you had your try, man. We're out. We're giga out. You might want to restart your PC or reform your computer or something, but nah. Until we feel like it, you're not gonna have us anymore. So, all right. We seem to be actually stable. So plugging the HDMI cable specifically in and out. I only tried HDMI, not USB. That seemed to do the trick. Yes, that's actually due to HDMI issues with improper grounding, just so you know. Spent years... Oh, having some sort of context for what to search for from now will be very nice. Thank you, Andrew. Fucking awesome. Just respawn at this point. Did I just return from the 90s? I sure hope so. 90s were a banger time period. Shout out to any one of us who were alive during the 90s, which I will presume were most of us. How are you, chat? The most important question on my mind. How are you all? Oh, could you guys add a way to either locate or call Doggo, because I always lose them? Yeah, just keep better track of your doggos. Build a good little cottage, not even cottage, just a little like inlet for them. It drove me nuts and I went through dozens of HDMI cables trying to track it down. Oh shit. At least somebody did the troubleshooting for me. Thank you. We're randomized. Better could be worse. How are you? Glad to hear. I am doing fantastic, chat. I'm doing fantastic, except for it's entirely self-wrought, but you, chat, have a very important mission today. You need to distract me for 2 hours because I am so goddamn hungry. I'm actually starving. I'm doing great. I've been banging out goals in many ways for the past couple of months. Fitness, one of them. I am, at least I haven't done a DEXA scan ever. Have I ever? I don't think so. But I have, both by measurement of a more complex scale, which, yeah, you should not take bone density and especially body fat percentage, muscle mass, all this, that is printed out of a, you know, high-tech scale as gospel. Those are way prone to error. But that combined with, what's it called in English? Like you pinch your little side fat and you measure with measuring tape. Those 2 points of data combined tell me that I am at a lower body fat percentage than I have measured in my entire life. That's awesome. That's awesome for what I'm aiming for right now, and I'm aiming to go even lower. The problem, chat, and this is where I need your help. If you were here during the countdown and I wrote, this is where we're gonna talk Satisfactory, don't worry. I'm random, usual, warm, preambling about nothing but what's on my mind is good warm-up for me, chat. There is a point to doing this every week, don't worry. Has anyone here ever tried to cut below 18% body fat? Because that's where I'm roughly measuring right now, 18-19% body fat percent. If anyone in chat has done YouTube, Twitch, please shout. Because I need to know. Is it this hard? Like, the hunger hits. Like, the hunger hits, and it hits kind of hard. 100%. Silence? What do you mean? Hi. We are couch potatoes. Thanks, coffee. Nah, I feel maybe, is it just me? I feel like fitness, at least Twitch and fitness has had like a little Venn diagram going on lately. Oh, Alessandra Patrol. We're getting to that. We are getting to that today. Don't you worry about that. I lost 25 kilos? Hell yeah. GG. Yeah. Maybe I'm asking the wrong people, but, you know, worth a shot. Reddit tells me that, yes, it is very common, but even so I can't help but wonder, is it supposed to be this hard? I thought it would be at a lower point, like sub 15 maybe. If you are too hungry, try eating less and often, eat more greens. Yeah, more greens I have absolutely tried, for dinner specifically. Lunch is still very samey. Dinner is greens heavy as shit. Breakfast is oats. No time to eat, too busy building. Reddit. And yeah, I know, Reddit, Gospel, Herbert, Urban, I don't know. Sub 20 is not even fun to cut. Okay, good. That's already. All I needed was one guy or girl telling me that, and I feel a lot better already. Especially, God, I can't imagine being a woman going below 20. Because women by just naturally hold more body fat than men, while still being in a healthy range. Epic MSM Master, same. I also love Coffee Stain Studios. They have gotten us as a collective unit, you and I, chat, through some very tough times. Shout out Coffee Stain Studios. I love you! All of you. Well, almost all of you. It's fantastic. Alright. Eat salad every night. That's what I do since 2 years, and it helped my BF percentage, but I don't know exactly my ratio. Nice. Yeah, salad seems to be, like, eating, even if it's just for like the mental image or the mental like sensation of getting to eat more, chew for more minutes, chew more stuff. If it all amounts to the same energy, at least that mental sensation of chewing more seems to satiate you more as well. Salad seems to be a hack. That's good to know. Yeah, we're live on Twitch and YouTube. Should be, at least. I'm getting. I haven't actually checked the browsers. Yeah, we're live. I mean, I'm seeing Twitch chat here as well in my little box, so. Yeah. Chewing helps a lot, yeah. Besides, I'm coping. I mean, Pepsi Max, obviously, but I'm also coping with these. If you live in Sweden, maybe somewhere else as well. This is now sponsored by Extra. I'm going through like 15 of these a week at this point, man. It's bloody brutal. Okay, not 15, but like plenty. Maybe 3 or 4 packs a week. I'm chewing like there's no tomorrow. So yeah. Exclamation mark AMA if you have questions. That works on Twitch specifically. You can also type exclamation mark cup if you want to be brought to Coffee Cup Studios Discord channel. Because we are going to talk a smidge about them today too. Did they announce anything? Satisfactory 1.3? No. No. 1.4, however. Ooh. Now we're done. You can't bear the extra. Oh, really? Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. I don't mind them if they're sweet mint, peppermint, spearmint, taste, anything. This weird intro. It's just me rambling, getting my mouth going. It's not like I've rambled for 5 hours in-house already, so why would I need a warm-up? Oh! Yep. Alright, chat. Here we are. Satisfactory. We had a patch last week for experimental, and we are having a patch this week as well. It should be out today. If not, it might be out tomorrow. I thought it was gonna be out yesterday. I thought wrong. They were always planning on doing that today. And let me see, get my little cheat sheet going so I don't say the wrong things now. Oh, my pocket. My pocket is buzzing, which means I might be getting scolded by Uzu. No, you can't talk about the patch. Okay, no, that was not Uzu. It was actually Macrofactor. Funnily. Patch today or tomorrow. And whereas last week's patch was aiming at fixing, crashes and errors that were a bit more visible on EXP specifically. This is a patch for experimental. This patch is aiming to fix a couple of visible things, most, if not all of them, pertaining to weather, and also work even more on quite a lot of technical crashes behind the scenes. Because honestly, pound for pound, most of us have been lurking in chats or in streams, just watching you guys play 1.2 or, testing it ourselves. And content-wise, like gameplay-wise, the EXP is stable. Like it's across all of the huge update EXPs we've done since even before 1.0. This is on the more stable side, which is nice. In terms of like actual game bugs and obvious gameplay issues. So the focus is more on the crash, the technical, why is the game just randomly shutting down on occasion side. So this patch is heavy on crash fixes, and weather fixes specifically. Gum is too sugary. So, I had my satisfactory crash when I opened Discord. Sus. Is Kibitz the one that you guys... We watch basically the entire directory that is either English or if like... we have 2 Germans here who lurk in Chaos's chat. Spoilers, by the way, from time to time. Even I do, even though I don't speak German. If it's like, if it's a specific language, we could still watch, maybe on mute or something. But I think most of us tend to watch English streamers, and almost all of us lurk. I know a couple of devs are open in chat. But, we do watch. Germans is another. Hello, Sissy. Welcome in. So, I'm not sure how worthwhile. Like, Uzu is going to post the patch notes later today or tomorrow, again, when the patch is out, whenever that is. And since it is more technical, I don't think, like, rambling about gameplay is fun. Rambling about crashes is just, ultimately going to go in one ear and go out the other. So I'm going to leave that to the written patch notes for the most part. But we had an especially nasty crash that was happening when you joined a multiplayer session that had been going on for a while. Something, not quite memory leak, but something overloading memory, running out of whatever the bandwidth hell. When a session had been going on for too long and enough memory or enough, run time had happened. Enough, let's just call it memory, had been occupied. And when a new player hopped into this session and loaded every single recipe available, including the alternates, those could eventually run past the maximum use for that specific block of memory and just cause a crash. The specific little block of allotted memory for that one. You see, like this is a very easy crash to explain, mind you, and I'm doing a terrible job. And this kind of technical like mumbo is basically what's going to happen in this patch, so that's why it's not really worth for me to ramble them, because I would have to find my own words first and foremost, and then you would have to remember the details, and they are not giga fun or interesting, to be fair. But it's a very performance and crash heavy patch. The few weather, rain and thunder connected phenomena we are fixing are that thunder sometimes does not stop for clients when playing and can sometimes even stack on top of each other. This can be very fucking loud if you've heard it. So, technical mambo jambo. I mean, besides, eating at performance and besides being very just strange as a phenomenon, it's also giga loud. So thunder stacking on top of each other, yeah, we're sorting that. If anyone was being bothered by that. And client experiences distorted game audio due to rain when joining sessions. So if you have had distorted audio from everything in the game, or mostly everything in the game, rain specifically was at the fault of that. Go figure, of course it's something that 1.2 introduced and something that would be constant if it is raining. That then caused this new distorted audio everywhere. Those are, I think, the only two visible or audible weather fixes that were nasty and not uncanny, but unpleasant that we are fixing. As well as rain rendering. I mentioned this last week, but it's happening this week, I think, instead. The rain rendering plugin files are missing from community resources. If you need that, if you're a modder or whatever, then you're welcome. But I want that level of weather every time I load in. Nah, you can't have that. What's up, Malum? Yeah. Lau, did you ever have a cow cop in Minecraft? I have only played Minecraft for not even 4 hours in my life. So, I'm one of the rare ones. What's up, Eddie? Hello, hello. Any plans to add or expand map features? Who knows? So wide future out there. We have said before, and I'll say again every stream, because I don't know if people just want a reminder or if you're new for this stream. I don't mind saying it, but we have absolutely confirmed that we have more substantial updates, voice crack, for Satisfactory than your typical 1 point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever update planned. So who knows? If that substantial update is a new map, then it's a new map. If it's tiers 10, 11, 12, then it's tiers 11, 10, and 12. 10, 11, 12, in that order. If it's DLC, it's DLC. Exactly. If it's paid, it's paid. Who the hell knows? Not me. Actually, I do know. You don't. So, yeah. We also had a couple of escalations. I talked a little bit about escalations last week, and what an escalation is in this context is that we plan content, we ship content, and both before and after shipping content, in this case to EXP, we have our own internal plan or map of, okay, we want to fix this, we want to do this. And then escalation is if we notice that either internally, oh shit, an issue is a lot more pressing than we gave it cred for, we need to bump this up the list, which essentially is what that is, escalation. You bump an issue that existed with a certain priority on the list up higher on the list. And escalation can happen, again, because we realize this is way more important and heavy than we thought it would be, or because you guys are like, dude, how can you ignore this for so long? Like, this is clearly an issue. Either for bugs or, gameplay experience, or just for what you guys could consider fun. Even though it is working as intended by us, you guys are like, it would be a lot better if it's like this instead. And so we're like, okay, we hear you. And community especially, and QA in this case, are usually the ones to escalate stuff that you keep repeating, because we hear you, and we might even agree with you. And in this case, I am agreeing with you. And you might already realize from last week that I am about to mention daisy chaining on EXP again. Because I agree. Making a new save file would be nicer, even nicer than it already is. If you could daisy chain much earlier in the game. People, Mark II power poles and Mark III power poles, and chaining now being below Mark III on the Caterium tree. Power poles don't really lose all of their use cases. They do have niche use cases. I forget, God, what are they called? Power switches, whatever. Power poles, they do have use cases. Even if we were to move daisy chaining up from below the Mark III power pole to above the Mark III power pole, maybe even above the Mark II power pole. So we wouldn't like outright delete power poles. It would also just crush factories left, right, and center if we did that. So don't worry, they are not going anywhere. Direction and production has agreed and promised that they are looking into the merits of moving daisy chaining most likely higher than Mark III, probably not above Mark II. Which is okay. As far as I could get for now, Jack. And even then, that may also not happen. It has been promised, it has been the single feedback point, specifically pertaining to 1.2. Of course, there are more general game-wide feedback or issues. Stuff like architecture, walls, foundations, circles, triangles, that we always keep bickering about. But for 1.2 content in particular, in this case, daisy chaining is what they have agreed to give a closer look, because we kind of need to lock in on exactly what will make it in for the final version of 1.2 down the line. Because it is, I mean, in the context of the pipeline of content coming out, 1.2 live is soon enough. So we don't have infinite time to address every issue or every point of feedback that we would like to, or you would like to, for this estimation that we have in-house at the moment. But daisy chaining is the one thing that they have promised to try to cram in with a bunch of other mostly internal stuff that we want in as well. So, below Mark II is a good trade-off. Honestly, personally, I would like it to be baseline, but I can also see the argument for that being... I don't wanna say broken, chat, because again, power poles, they still have their niche use cases. Yes, maybe it should not be like available before the Mark I power pole, so like basically from the moment you step out of the drop pod or as close as. But I don't know, like satisfactory, like, yeah, logistics challenges, yeah, design challenges, yeah, options with wall or roof placed power nodes. But like, this one is so overwhelmingly more comfortable to play with, daisy chaining that is, that it's worth the trade-off of making the game quote-unquote easier to manage or easier to play. Like, yeah, if the game becomes easier, if the game becomes a bit more brain-dead, in this context, who cares? Like, if you do, all the power to you. I don't know, I feel like this trade-off is, to me, specifically, like, definitely worth pushing all the way whenever. Again, it's not gonna be even above Mark II, most likely, for live. And heck, again, maybe not even above Mark III. But why? Debates we can have eternally in the office, because we have that and a million other things going on. And honestly, that is mostly it for State of Dev. We are very happy with how 1.2 is unfolding, both out in the public, on streams and shit. For EXP, thank you for all the content created in its wake. We are seeing all the videos, I think. We are following streams. Oh my god. How could Coffee Stick Studios create a vehicle with an actual booty? That happened. The glare in my glasses make it look like I'm wearing purple eyeshadow. Oh, is it the... that's because these are blue light filtery. That's why. Yeah, any glare, any reflection of the glasses can come off as blue because it is reflecting blue light at all times, which is the main purpose of these glasses. I'm also technically, legally not allowed to drive without glasses, which is also a good reason to wear them. I don't really drive often, but yeah. But it really is like, it is as close as it can get to being legal. So, you know, of course I wear them when driving, but yeah. I'm a very pretty man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you are too. Can we make a semi-truck? A pretty man or woman, by the way. FOV fix for super ultra-wide monitors. Has been escalated. Has been... actually, that's a good shout. Where is that in the... I'm not going to check it now, but... That may have moved in the bug prior list. I should have checked in about that today. But they took it. They took it. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I shouted last week. So it has gone somewhere. I just don't know where. We'll see. We shall see. So yeah, I was being thinking. Is 1.2 being released today? No. The EXP branch is getting an update. Mostly a technical and crash fixing one, and any weather effects, any effects on gameplay or like visible updates you will see will be weather related. I might be missing small stuff, both technical and gameplay, but again, patch notes written will be out by Uzu, and they are always way more comprehensive. On Reddit, Discord, Steam, all the good places, so you'll see them the second the patch is out. We'll push 1.2 to the main branch if we can send him a pal of Pepsi Max. If it staves off my hunger. No. Apart from some crashes I got with tractor pathing, etc., but I have to say that 1.2 is amazing. Chat, we are I'll just also say right now before we move into highlights that it's gonna be a bit of a like boring drop for all of April, at least for all of April, upcoming month now. If you are tuning into these streams hoping to get even a sliver, a little hint of a supposed 1.3 or bigger update, unless I'm feeling very mad at Emmet for whatever particular reason, and right now I have no reason to be, nothing is gonna be even shadow dropped or anything on these streams. I'm not going to crack anything about 1.3 supposedly, or the DLC supposedly, or this bigger special update supposedly, in April at the very least. So if you tune in for that, I'll just save you your precious time, and you can go watch the Race to World First in WoW instead. I really hope they start pulling Beloran, and even, I mean, if they reach Lura tonight, then please pull her too, because I am dying to see how hard or easy that boss will be. Midnight's being very interesting to watch so far, still not playing. The one thing I will say, chat, the one thing I will maybe giga whimper breathe about what's coming next. Don't run with this, chat. Don't run with this. And it's nothing that the devs themselves are deciding on, okay? It's not like they are sitting down and are like, this is next. This is next. This is purely a community thing right now. This is purely Jason and Linus and I going to the meetings and being like, yo, it's about fucking time that they get some new architecture. Again, that doesn't confirm you're getting it. That doesn't mean anything. But it is what we're fighting for. So I am hoping to the high heavens that we can move that car somewhere soon. I'm fighting on your behalf, chat. Like I always have been, but I've been bluntly. It's not like I feel like I have slacked in bringing feedback from you guys to the devs, because I haven't. But I do think I have, just looking back on old logs, listening in, talking a lot with Uzu and Guru lately, a lot with QA lately, just listening in on the times for when Jace and Snoot were here. Jace and Snoot were apparently very, very persistent on your behalf Like, they didn't immediately walk away after a single no. And I feel like, maybe not after one no, but 2 or 3, I could have been like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't make anyone mad about this and whimpering away. I think it's time for me to start tanking a few more no's before I die. So, that's kind of where I will fight for you guys. I'm speaking slowly to make sure that I don't actually overspeak. I have nothing to overspeak on. Again, nothing is clear in terms of what's coming beyond 1.2 for you guys in what order. But depending on how I form myself or word myself, people are going to start taking my word as gospel. Anyway, should probably leave it there. That's all I dare tell you today, chat. Can we add pressure for gases? You think you do, but you don't. I don't think you have been any less vocal than they were for us. That would be nice, and thank you. That would be nice if true. Hopefully it is true. Snoop was happy with how I dealt with the in-house end when he was still around, so you know. He never told me to push harder or push softer or anything. It was fine. It's just personally for me now. Has any dev pipe, any lead more importantly, piped up in chat and threatened to throw my last dash of Pepsi away from the fridge after that little spice? What orders? There's a bunch of stuff, but what is honestly, yeah, I don't even mind saying that out loud. Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of stuff coming your way. Whether it is a 1.3 followed by 1.4, 1.5, or whether that is micro updates like 1.2.5, or whether that's just saving everything which for the confirmed substantial update. We're ready to kind of go either direction. We are just holding off for a couple of weeks more, month more maybe. Still working away at, you know, what content you will be getting anyway. Just the timeline for when to publish and deliver these and in what shape and in what order is what is being slightly held back by a couple of internal factors. Nothing bad or so, just a couple of internal factors. So 9.7 tomorrow. How long approx until Q&A I may be able to cook quickly in between? We should be entering Q&A within half an hour because we are entering highlights right now. Still, it was a bit shorter today. And after highlights is Q&A. So, let's see if we... every single stream, this transition makes me nervous. Logged out of everything, that's on full screen. Presenting. Perfect. And the agenda did not follow me. Highlights, manual, there we go. Bam. New player here are all platforms getting updates or just PC. For the experimental branch where you can currently test 1.2 openly with us, it's PC only, Epic and Steam. And 1.2 will be hitting the live servers for PC and PS5 and Xbox at the same time. Soon, TM. I hope we get 1.3 before GTA 6. GTA 6 is still confirmed for November, right? We'll see. What you will get before GTA 6 is 160,625 nuclear pasta per minute delivered to you by Royal Second 516. With plastic, wood, catherium. Oh, it's Yugi. Yeah, I was gonna ask, is this for architecture? But then I saw it's Yugi. Yeah, it's definitely architecture. It's not the correct number? Oh, I missed a comma. That makes sense. That makes sense. I missed a comma, chat. It's 160.625. I even read it out. I am starving. Yeah, even Andrew is sitting there like, what? Hands down, I have never made pasta hands up, I guess. I've never made pasta in this game without, like, legally, so I would not know the first thing about making pasta. Maybe it's time soon. 160.625 pasta a minute. And it's looking like this. It's looking like pasta. which is fucking great. He knows my name, for better or worse, I do, yes. I was about to retire my big builder status. Couldn't even begin to approach the level building. Yeah, 160 pasta is still a lot of pasta per minute. The only context I have to pull this from is that I know how much pasta you need to finish phases. So yeah, this would still be a shit ton of pasta. And judging by the scale of it, it's never something I would build either. Somebody get me pasta. Somebody get me a sandwich. I think I might need a reset week, or even just a cheat, not even cheat, just like a refeed weekend. 2.5k calories for 2 days. Is that allowed? Maybe. Who knows? There is so many belts here, though. All churning away. Do you see how they go? Like, are these part of the same system? Eventually going purple as they round off here. Are these also purple, but just seen from a different angle? I don't know. I don't know. Because what's being delivered here? Is this... how do you build... Is this coal, chat? Help me out here. No, what is this? Is this copper? That's copper. This is copper, yeah? It must... Yeah, well, yeah, copper makes sense. For copper powder. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah, the recipe comes afloat in my head again. My eyes and head hurt just looking at the amount of work that has been done on this build. It's a substantial lot. It's a substantial lot. And of course, just for the flex of it, yeah, just for the flex of it, a frame. A frame. The more I think on it, the more egregious I find it that I actually let 160,000 pasta slip when Andrew has built like millions of gifts a minute, and those are substantially less work than even a single pasta. So the exponentiality here would be astronomical. I'll let the little comment in the box still sit though. That's fine. That's a little whoopsie. Oh, I could never spell parallelogram without the help of Google Docs or Microsoft Word or anything. I've built 420 pasta. I mean, of course you built 420 pasta. I mean, and that was rough. Fucking Christ. I think my eventually build will be 1 nuclear pasta per hour. Oh, I need to get back on my save. Again, I had a little... I started a nice save at 1.2. Took a detour for playing too much of this game internally and took a little break externally, and yeah, I need to get back on the grind. One day, maybe like Snoot, one day when they kick me out of here and I am satisfactory free at work, I can play it on my free time instead. Who knows? Storage. Storage in the shape of a parallelogram, which in case a parallelogram is a little like tilted. Is it a square or a rectangle? Both. Must be a rectangle, right? It can't be a... maybe it's both. But rectangle is a safer bet. Rhombus is easier to spell, yeah. Rat block. God, when did I say or hear that last in Swedish, if ever? It's a storage. It's a very fancy storage with a very fancy hall. The shape of it, I took to the shape of it immediately. Which also another fun fact that only 2 of you in the entire viewer count care for is that last time I mentioned that I learned a new word in Japanese. I saw hoge, which was whaling or baby whale. This time around, it went the other way. I saw a parallelogram, and I have no idea why, but for some reason, because my brain just kind of randomly clicks in Japanese, honestly more often than you would think. When I think to myself, when I like shower, think out loud, it's mostly in Japanese. And I saw a parallelogram, and like my little Japanese side drew a void. I was like, how do you actually say this? I don't think I know, and why would I? I haven't done math or like talked geography or anything. Geography? Geometry in Japan or anything. So I looked it up through parallelogram. I learned the word... What the fuck was it then? I forgot. Was it? It was 5 kanji. There was a 4 in there. something, I forgot it. I forgot it. Heiko shihenke. Heiko, yeah, oh yeah, exactly. He for yeah, heiko shihenke. Yes, that is the word. Rhomboid. I think I'm turning Japanese. No, I don't think I'm turning Japanese. Heiko shihenke. Oh yeah, Jackie, thank you. Heiko shihenke, that is the one. What is this? You learn, now I have unlearned. My food intake. I blame everything. I blame everything on my food intake. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why did I decide to learn Japanese? Music. I played Tales of the Abyss way back in the days. The Japanese opening for that game absolutely murders. It's so good. And of course, I was like 11 back then, didn't understand shit of the language, but it just sounded so cool. And I just started looking up more Japanese music, and it just kind of turned into, like, with a side quest of your usual anime manga. I was like, I kind of want to know what they say in these songs, and I started studying for fun, and it was super fun, and I started doing it full-time at uni, and here we are. Yeah, this reminds me of Ratchet and Clank. This is... I think I have faced something that is shaped like the ship part of this build, or the maybe flying anchor, that moves. it might be the robot centipede boss in Going Commando. Yes, it's called Going Commando. It might also be something else from the same series. But they give me... I mean, this shot as well, from below. It's so... fortressy. Menacing. You can't keep flexing or playing 2.0. It's a kite. I mean, yeah, that sure works. It is a kite. The direct translation for kite to Swedish is drake, as is dragon. So dragon and kite are the same word in Swedish. And the kite in this picture very much is reminiscent of a robot dragon, so in Swedish that giga checks out. This is fantastic. Look at tow truck to me. They really are on the next level of detailing, because this picture, close up on the I guess train fortress, the tower truck, has the docks, the so meticulously placed small details, every part, the lamps, the signs, the walkways, the docks, the drones obviously with the docks. It's just the vents. It's just so crisp. And can we give a shout out to the photo mode shot here, by the way? Real crisp shots, takeable, doable, all in game by pressing P. Could we get rounded diagonal walls? QA site. The louder you shout, the more ammo I have on my current very active quest of vengeance, of getting you guys more architecture. More architecture. Oh my god, is it Pepsi Max? I can't unhear myself saying that line because we shot that a fair few times and I was freezing my balls off out there. Which, by the way, I was going to say, this jacket this week again, I thought we had issues with ventilation. Turns out I was the only one who was like properly freezing in the building. And I don't know why, because I'm usually a very warm guy. Like, I'm usually one of the last to like stop wearing a t-shirt and go to sweaters or hoodies in the office for winter. I'm also attributing that to fat loss. Who knows? I know it was cool if I was unnamed. So yeah. What is this even made of? Like, what is this made of? I can't properly tell, chat. Beams. Tell me, chat. What are the ingredients here? Because I am slightly lost. Liquid wagon, fluid train wagon. Okay, is the base cylinder here then? Solidified Pepsi Max. I am made of solidified Pepsi Max. Okay. It's a fluid train. Ah, that explains it. I actually never have seen the fluid tank of the train in such focus, being like the cornerstone of the entire build. And since I don't build trains, I still haven't made a single train on my own. That will explain it. Beams, fluid, car, pillar support. Usual suspects, and the fluid, the train fluid tank. Let's see who had used trains. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. With this little panel here as well. Look at this. It's clean as heck. So yeah. Oh, well, I fell back into a spaghetti factory. I guess it's till I get the overpack. Drones are superior. Conveyor belts are superior. Never forget. Oh, Dusk Abyss. Great. I believe this thread said something like, here I go again, gonna start off what's gonna be a simple build this time, I promise. And X time later they are done building the entrance. This was the only shot we got of their new supposed simple build. Yeah, I hope they are aware that it stopped being simple, because if they still call it simple, I'm thinking thoughts that I can't say out loud. Really nice, yep. Have to say train can't no longer put on a 2-meter rail anymore. Not sure what that means. But this looks fantastic. So there is no natural red light in the environment here. It's all spilling from the light signs and just beaming out this ambience of a blood river almost. I want to play Bloodborne now. Sheesh. I just confirmed golf. Yeah, sure. Why not? Golf 1.3. Conveyor belts. All conveyor belts, as we know, lead to hell. Another dimension? No. Hell. Ooh, I kind of want to replay God of War now as well. No. Fantastic. More of these vibes. Oh, see, there is something. Chat, what is it about Fabalance's build right here that makes it look like it's... I mean, I wrote Lego in the box, and it really does look like it's so easy to just pick up and like place, monitor brick by brick, piece for brick. Matte black, is that it? Is that the trick? Interesting. I need to like get better at why some visuals, some angles fool you the way they do. Block coloring? Yeah, okay, it is block. Yeah, I suppose so, like when you mention it. You have the matte black just being the, I guess, like default background, and then you have, this screen, sorry. And then you have like orange cutting into white for like clear connective points. Like this orange and these whites would be separate blocks and then separated by another orange. Yeah, of course, yeah. And then like shadows also making it very, I say apparent, like it would be that either these could come off one by one, these little like teeth of the tower, or this entire tower being jagged could like pop off the entire factory. It looks so buildable, like by hand, just like human hands, and so cool. So cool. Yeah, the color scheme is super on point in this one. And shout out to the roads as well. Building roads before we make them. Oops. Aye. So yeah. Brutalist indeed. And then you of course have the interior Omega. It's just factory producing away. Just like, apart from the very, what? What, Cube Wave? What? Whoops? What do you mean, Comet Drew? Whoops? What do you mean, huh? What? You have this very, like, sandy, matte black, orange, white, contrasted by the interior here being much more, I mean, kind of, if you have warning lights especially, unavoidable factory ambience. But we have infinite refineries just churning away at work. Not entirely sure what it's building. Another angle. Even get the waterfall. Man, the way this factory looks like Lego block buildable almost kind of makes the background slightly fall into that same optic illusion. Like this could be either just a map you place your, like a map intended for Lego pieces to put it on, or it could just be Lego itself. Like, yeah, it's not as like easy to try to fool yourself to that this is like built by Lego, the bedrock. But how this just overwhelms and then takes over, it's so good. It's so good. It's fucking crazy. New road tool? I haven't confirmed any such thing. What are you talking about? Yeah. Honestly, I applaud the simplicity. Snoo Confections 1442. It's so... You could play this. Like, full on. Dismantle, start sending. Dismantle, rebuild. Elegant. Perfect solution. It struck me, like, the thing that struck me about this is how easy, instantly, chess would be to replicate in Satisfactory. It just, yeah, you would have to, like, dismantle and rebuild a whole lot, but it's doable. Why not? The factory cost of pounds? Ooh. Yo, vehicles for... Yeah, do we have enough vehicles to... Either... Well, one, I don't think most vehicles could fit in a single foundation, and two... Or some vehicles. And two, do we have enough to make... Actually, yeah, you would only need... How many are they? 9 unique? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6? Does chess only come with 6 unique pieces? Tower, horse, knight, king, queen, pawn. Yeah, it's only 6 unique pieces. Oh yeah, definitely. We absolutely have enough vehicles. Maybe it's doable actually. Queen small? I don't care. As long as the horse stands tall, that's all I ask. That's all I am asking for. We played a round of chess once, the most stupid idea we had. A round of chess once back in high school to kill time. We were so bored, sat in the library, like the school library or study rooms, whatever, that had small board games around as well to if you wanted to. And we had like chess on, like in table chess to play. And we had a session where the first player to lose both horses was the loser, because horses was the source of all meat. That's how dumb we were back then, and like imaginative we were back then. Knight. Oh, aren't they called horses in English? Oh yeah, I'm fully going off of it might even be Swedish, like casual speech. I don't actually know the official piece names for the thingies. Horse is knight Swedish, but then what is the piece that only goes diagonal, like in between the horse, the knight, sorry, in between the knight and the either king or queen? What's that called? Bishop. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, that is very true. Oh yeah. Rook, knight, bishop, king, queen, pawn. Rook. Is rook tower? Oh shit. Really? No. Rook is tower. Tower, man. Lore. Listen. If you wanna sweet it up, tower, man. Tower is badass. Miss anything good? Patch this week, mostly crash fixes, more talks about what has been escalated, what escalation is, and future updates, who knows. Castle is also rook. I can get behind that. It's always a good time to celebrate a bridge. It's always a nice time to celebrate a bridge. It's fine, chat, it's fine. Any bridge, always applauding the bridges that has pillar supports. Flying bridges, yeah, they work. Could even convince me it's a drawbridge. But when they are lodged into nature, when we eventually implement the physics checkbox in 1.8, and we press that, and we press apply, I applaud every bridge that will withstand our evil and not budge an inch downwards. GG. Which also reminds me, the elongated selfie arm, might want to look into that if we if we have any intention of cleaning that up for 1.2 live. I sure hope so, because selfies are fun. 1.8, yeah. What, did you miss 1.7? It was like last month. Sheesh. What an update it was. I knew you guys would love water physics. Fantastic. I can't actually remember if James Spond was the one who made the burb for the 1.2 EXP stream. It's very much in the same art style, so I am going to maybe guess that it was. We had a bird very much in the same, like, aesthetic. Fantastic use of a tree here, by the way. It was? Awesome, thank you, Doug. What do I personally want to see in Satisfactory? A higher salary for me. Yeah, the tree is phenomenal here. It's such a clever build to just have it around here for a little, like, pineapple haircut. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking good. Pipe, is it like junctions? What are they called? Not gonna pay me any more? They better. I'm sweating my ass off here, doing like 3 jobs in one, man. Chugging along, no. You could only build this on the trees if you want to keep the haircut. Are these in the same location? Yeah, they are. Okay, okay, okay. So James has not actually... Maybe they have occupied multiple trees. It looks to be the one, though. That's so good. Also a great photo mode shoot, right here. See the little pioneer posing with their friend. It's fantastic. Hop back here a bit. Great touch for warning signs for pupils as well. Beams making out teeth and mouth. That's good. It's good. Compact. Rub. I was talking about the 1.3 and 1.4 roadland. Don't oversell what I was talking about in State of Death. State of Death is going back to being a bit on the calmer side, speaking mainly about immediate updates and escalations from now for a bit. Kohler 00's first attempt at a decent build. Ay. Dear Coffee Studios, please increase Mikael's payment by 1 Swedish pizza per year. I can't even have. I say I can't. I don't even want to have pizza. I do actually know. I want to. I can't. Maybe can't is the good word. First attempt. I don't know. I still love pipes when they go very, like, slithery, curvy. But let's talk about the elephant, or in this case the factory in the room, because it's big, and even inside they have cut no corners to make it aesthetically very pleasing. The backdrop on these signs is great. Honestly, the small text is a little hard to read. I don't care though, it looks cool. And the rule of cool wins everything. Color contrast is amazing, like blue ambience and purple colors. It's not super, like, I think oranges and reds are just easier to work with when it comes to, because oranges are default in UI and shit as well. And the default factory color build. So going the other way to cold colors is nice. Especially for first attempt. It's a daring move. But then you have warm colors here as well. Maybe it's a different section, different part of the factory. But you have this little, like, cooler blue section. Rubber and plastic, which also makes sense considering what we're building here. Rubber plastic pertaining to the cooler colors. And then here you have oil, iron. It's I feel like heavy oil residue could do for the purple section. Splitting oil and heavy oil residue might be a bit annoying though, so maybe not. Still, fantastic build. Even look at this. This is like a theme park. Like, this is a fancy office in Tokyo. Holy shit. Taking the train between houses. Getting somewhere. Almost my first build? Sheesh. Very far from my first build. Oh, that's clean. Friends. Oh, I'm only half a year-ish away from my Tokyo trip now. Holy moly. Could you please drop the next 2 updates at once so we won't be able to ask for the next update immediately? Yeah, sure. The next update is 1.3, the water physics patch. You will finally be able to ride water vehicles up the waves. We might add surfing depending on dev's spare time, we'll see. And then 1.4 is finally, it took us way long enough, the highly unsophisticated tear every wall down and finally make dedicated servers the magnum opus they were always meant to be. There you go. Reef Chunger 07 Pioneer. I remember this post specifically. I remember Reef Chonger because honestly, shout out. I kind of wanna linger on not this picture specifically, but on Reef Chonger because they have taken a step back from Satisfactory, and I relate to that. I relate to that. For in my case, in this case, World of Warcraft. Reef Chonger described on Reddit openly that they have an addictive personality, and they had been sending a lot of hours in a very, very short amount of time into this game, and they felt that life was, you know, being wrongly prioritized, and they took a step back, gave us some of their favorite pictures to go back and focus on other things. So, they did that, and hopefully they will be back one day and be able to play either as freely as they want without feeling that life is coming in the way, or with some more restraint by themselves. And I kind of want to shout this out, chat, both because it's a very strong move. It's a very, very strong, it's a very, very surprisingly hard thing to do. Like tearing yourself, if you have a game that you love to pieces, and every single time they have an insane update, we just had 1.2, I say insane, like a big update, it's especially fun. The pull is especially strong. Salute to you, Reef. I suffer with you because for the first time since 2008, more specifically the Wrath of the Lich King, the launch of that expansion in World of Warcraft, for the first time I am not buying, I still haven't bought Midnight, or playing a new WoW expansion on launch. My friends are, they're still deep in it, the usual boys that have been around for years now. Sure, more casual than before, but they are still playing, they're still sending dungeons as much as they can, sometimes letting it spill into the late nights. I really want to, but I'm trying not to. Every day, I'm telling myself, no, you know what, I'm not going to. I'm gonna detach. I'm gonna detach. I am going to, cause I've been trying to also get on many other like projects, trains, whatever. Fitness is a staple, but there are so many things. And whatever I have like going on very strongly for me in the moment, if there is one thing, two things technically, that can knock me off my path, I mean, many things can, but with such strong impact, it is new expansions of World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. Those two events, they ruin weeks for me, man. Like, it's crazy how addictive they are, and it's crazy how addicted I let myself get to these things. So, I'm for the first time just biting my tongue down. I'm still watching the race, giga fun. It's fun to see the raid, but nah, it's time to hard prioritize, not have my cookie and eat it too. Stopped around Mapera last time I was in a serious raid guild. I know I fair this game can really eat time. Wrath BC Vanilla were the good times. NEA RPG, PoE last epoch. Will the stream be available to watch when it's over? Yes, on YouTube specifically we have auto VOD uploads on the live section. So yes. So yeah, Reef Chonger, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck where you focus your life, whether it's studying or I think it was university in this case. Studying, work, wherever you go, put your energy where you feel like it belongs and stay strong. Excellent builds, not to say by the way. It's good shoot right here with photo mode. Nice graphs going all over. Look at these, they're so cute. The signs are spelling out actual dashboards or user panels. It's good stuff. You made some good stuff, Reef. Hell yeah. Oh, there's just so much in the game that is time gated now. I didn't have the patience for it, and when they introduced Pathfinder Quest, that was it for me. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's to me, honestly. Of course, WoW and 14 have had their dud patches and even entire expansions. But I think for me it's the comfort zone aspect. It's the core gameplay of both games, if you like them, and most of them are just so good. And new content, whether it's only a single fight or whatever, is still fun to do. So I let myself get sucked into that way too much. And again, it's time to learn that... Nah, my energy is better spent elsewhere, unfortunately. That being said, of course, there is a... I would like to get to a point where I can still enjoy, because time spent in these games is not at all only wasted time by any means. I have so many hours where I have laughed to death in... that's the last one. Laughed to death in both games. Made real friends. Traveled the world because of these games. To different countries to meet people or go to fan events. So it's time well spent as well. I will be back there hopefully someday with WoW in particular, when I trust myself to really keep it at a modest level. Play with the boys when it's time for it, and then just detach whenever I want to and not be sucked into it. FF14 is easier with that, because once you are caught up with everything, which I am, because Lamau, there is no content. Content updates come in so slowly and in drip feeds that it's kind of like you have no choice but to go bite-sized. So, yeah. Anyway, chat. Screenshot flare on Reddit if you want to share your stuff for future highlights. And as always, thank you a lot. With regards to Reef Chunger, a couple others as well, mostly the first-time builders, I realized that I usually get swooned a lot by how big or how cool builds are, how aesthetically impressive or clever, if smaller, they are. I don't actually... I think I could try to pay a lot more attention to the stories behind some of these builds. Like, again, the last one right here, just a little melancholic, or the pictures. It's also about your stories, chat. If you have anything fun to share about your life that came out of Satisfactory, or anything you learned about yourself, or just how this game helps you, please don't mind reading all of that. In fact, those are the most touching things to read. How this game truly changes you or your life. So whether it's a cool picture or a wholesome story, thank you for sharing your stories and your creations, builds on Reddit. Any social media, for that matter. We do watch mostly everything. Reddit, personally, I go through literally everything. And yeah, if you want a shot at having your stuff shared here, do post there. Chat, we are not immediately... Wait, hang on a second. The good question with games is, are you enjoying yourself and making connections, or does it feel like a second job? If the second, then it's time to evaluate. Yes, 100%. The devious thing about that is that it's not that black and white. Enjoying a game very much is just a fun thing, but there is this huge gray zone. And for a concrete example, we'll use World of Warcraft if you play that game, and we'll talk about the weekly vault. Essentially, if you don't play the game, you can do X raid bosses or hard dungeons or PvP content per week to fill up a vault that grants you guaranteed very, very strong, in fact, the strongest loot in the game on a weekly basis. And filling this vault up means doing a decent chunk, like a decent chunk of hours for a week's perspective, to fill out your highest chance of getting good loot. And doing this is a fun thing. It is fun. The content is fun to play. But the devious little aspect of having to fill in your great vault for all this loot is also at the same time something that eats away at you like a task that you need to chip away at. So even if the activity, especially if it is a team activity, like with the guys I play with, it is fun. But the clocking in to like just play for the sake of at least doing this milestone every week is touching on that workspace. And when you have both going on, it's getting muddled. And that's, honestly, that zone is also what I'm trying to detach from right now. Like, the allowing even the fun things to still... Like, allowing the addiction to eat at me as if... Not only as if it's a job, but also... because that job, second job, is fun. Ish. So yeah, we are almost done with highlights, chat. I am about to show you something, and before I show you this, I need to set up a couple of things. I need to mute the music on the stream, a smidge. Got so quiet. all of a sudden. Going to open up another audio channel. And we are going to watch a certain trailer. We are going to watch a certain little piece of content uploaded for the upcoming coffee cup race. To remind ourselves that this is happening very soon. Their build-up is looking stable and crazy as fuck. If you are interested, type !cup on Twitch to be directed to their Discord server. And let's have a little gander at what this race is shaping up to be. I think everything is set up properly. You should have audio. Let's go. Trackmania vibes go hard. Hi, Leo. Rush mode activated. I'll link the trailer afterwards, don't worry. I'll link it in the chat afterwards. The Explorer Cup. The Explorer Cup, chat. It's a work in progress. And you have the link to the... I'll link these separately just in case YouTube or Restream chat scuffs up. We'll link this to both Twitch and YouTube separately. Go give that video a watch if you want to. Go save it if you want to. I hope I was allowed to share that, Doug, by the way. If I wasn't, oh well. Now it's out. Oops! Linus didn't say anything about that. Of course, excellent. We are... I don't want to say I need privilege to hop in and... Oh wait, let me turn the music back on. Oops. And turn this audio off in case that scuffs. Uzu is back. Uzu is still modded again. Don't worry about that. I want in. I want in and I am hella participating. And I'm Team Jason, by the way. Of course I'm not Team Jason. He deserved that smack in the face. I'm all Team Mikael. And I believe in myself. It was posted on the internet, that is true. I have had exactly one case of an unlisted thing on YouTube. Linked while still being unlisted. And I wished for it to be unlisted. Luckily, that link didn't make it very far. Pertaining to 1.1. It was the 1.1 postcards video, actually. Scarily. I was like, please don't spread this more than here, I beg. So, never hurts to be extra sure. So, yes. Yeah. !cup if you want to know more or join the Discord server and track what's going on here. I want to ramble on about this more on stream, hopefully in a couple of weeks. 2 or 3 weeks from now, Doug, I'll sync up with you and do a thicker rundown of... Not sure how far I haven't checked the server this week so far, so if there are details to share, like new actual dates or content, more so than on the 1.2 stream, I will check in with you and see if there is anything we can share, because I would love to. A hold of you tomorrow? Sick! I'll write tomorrow, actually. Good, tomorrow is good, because Thursday is Omega booked, and then Friday and Monday are Easter, so we're off. Woo! Which also means no Friday, no video. We are looking into making another video soon. It's most likely going to be a check-in for the state of 1.2, where our minds are at with everything that's gone in so far in patches, in the form of patches. Hopefully a vague idea of what the final thing will look like in terms of what changes you can expect, if we can confirm or not confirm, or confirm daisy chaining being moved or not, stuff like that. Hopefully we have an informative YouTube video out eventually, but it's not going to be for another 2 or 3 weeks, so sorry about the slack on that end. The thing, once you focus too much on one thing, another falls with this job, because I am, in secret, doing 3 jobs at once. Alright chat, it is Q&A time. It is Q&A time. Wait, I only see that the message in Discord that mentioned it was edited, but what was edited? I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. Maybe it's patch notes. I don't know. Q&A, what's for dinner? What's for dinner is chicken breasts, avocado, which is nice. Avocado is great. And pasta and herbs. Pasta and herbs. Did I have paprika in the fridge? It's either paprika or tomato. I'm not sure. It's red. That's where my hunger fatigue is at. It's red. I'll eat that. Where is my Slido? There is my Slido. There we go. Can I get a special reveal as a birthday gift? Face blue smiling. Yeah, you can have a reveal. It's Hannah's birthday on Sunday. Woo! Ping her on Discord. Don't actually ping her on Discord. Don't. So yeah. Will you take care a bit more of the Vulkan driver optimization? 1.2 EXP crashes always on stall till now. 1.1 stable runs very well with Vulkan. This is exactly up the alley of what what the devs have been tinkering away with for this patch coming today or tomorrow specifically. Ah shit, you didn't, Andrew. Fuck. I'm not sure she wanted me to say that, so oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I don't right off the bat know if Vulkan drivers were optimized, but yeah, stuff like this is exactly up the alley of what's going on with EXP right now for 1.2 in particular. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's here, and if it's not, I would not know when it's up. No. Is the team aware of railways recently oftentimes bugging out saying signal loops onto itself even though it doesn't? Yes, we are aware. We have a theory as of why this is, and that is for Guru, one of our QA testers. I am used to saying our QA tester, but we have in fact 2 full-time QA in-house right now, and they shit ton outside. Shout out to Fish Labs and QLock. And of course Uzu, but Uzu is doing more producer stuff lately. Anyway, Guru has a huge save with a lot of trains and signals going on. And if you hadn't noticed, I think I talked about this last week as well, maybe not. 1.2 has changed railways so that the little indent, the actual rail of the way, has a hitbox, which it didn't before 1.2. So you would just clip right through it if you walked over it, which you wouldn't really see properly in first-person mode anyway, so it's kind of fine. It has a hitbox now, and it's kind of... Guru is still trying to pinpoint that. So if your issue right here is of the same cause, please post it on the QA site, even if it's a new post without upvotes. Guru personally is reading everything on the site, and Andrea, our new QA tester. And Guru personally is like going to leech off of any train saves to find similar things, because the addition of the hitbox on the rail segment of railways has... where rails are intersecting or may be intersecting or may be angled, or where signals are placed in maybe weird distances from each other, there is something funky going on, most likely tied to the new hitboxes, but the relation is not entirely clear. Trying to pinpoint that, and that might very well be what's going on here as well. So yes. Can we have a virtual keyboard for PC? I can't use my controller without a keyboard. I can't use my controller without a... Oh, yeah. This should be... Was this not planned for when we were fully verified on Steam Deck? I thought that's a chat question. I'm gonna copy-paste that. Can we have a virtual keyboard for PC? Thank you, Flymaker, for reminding me. I'm not this is full screen mode on camera, so I'm not gonna randomly open Teams on stream. If I open Teams now, good. Has keyboard mouse support been added for when 1.2 eventually makes it to console? Yes, it has. Let me message myself a copy paste of this message and ask that tomorrow. Good shout. Thank you. Are there any optimization improvements planned? This update seems to go hard on my GPU. I'm using an AMD system. Yes, that is what most patches, well, every patch, but every patch has optimization changes and optimization changes. And this patch today in particular, and a couple more coming up, hopefully, either patches or just behind the scenes fixes, are focused specifically on optimization, because I think I did mention this in the beginning of today's stream, that we are happy internally with what we are seeing on your guys' end, in what you post and what you stream and what you show, in how gameplay and bugs for 1.2 EXP seems fine on relative to what EXP has been like throughout the years. And we are more worried on the technical side of 1.2, which has taken a hit for some reasons. So much of the fixing for EXP or focus of brushing EXP up for live is optimization, because content, I mean, you also have all the content at hand already, so that point is just balancing and maybe adjusting, such as daisy chaining, etc. Are there plans to bring back the 3 decimal precision when under overclocking buildings? Before EXP, the output rate used to show even when the underclock didn't. I don't know why that would have changed. Archiving that. I'm going to find out. Thank you, Jackie. Thoughts on a color previewer interface allowing us to sample colors in varying environments and lighting conditions on each structure before saving. I could archive this too. This does sound like something better posted on the QA site, because it would be an all-new feature. A previewer or a new interface of any kind would mean new UI, and I recently learned, actually, since we spoke a lot about accessibility, both on the extreme end of accessibility, people with disabilities, hard disabilities, as well as general just like color options or dark mode options for people who just struggle generally with, you know, like slight sight, whatever. Localization is a big one for any sort of accessibility or features just pertaining to stuff like this, previewing colors, etc. Because the colors themselves are just shades. Obviously, they don't need localization. Red still looks red in any part of the world. But all accompanying texts, all accompanying UI elements, and more so behind, no, not more so, but also behind the scenes, beyond the stuff you guys are just reading in menus, does need to go through a localization period. And this is usually what is making this a bit annoying to develop compared to stuff that is both, because localization for us is not dealt with entirely in-house. Excuse me, we have contacts for that outside of Coffee Stain as well. So both because we can do other things in-house and other things usually take precedence, that's why these things can seem like they fall on the wayside. But I'll archive this. And ask. Will we ever get conveyor covers? With how the Mark 6 lifts covers the entire lift, hiding the items inside, are we able to get that for regular belts as deco? See, here's my funny take. I don't like that the Mark 6 lifts do that. And technically, I mean, hello? Oh. Covers could work better now because 1.1 introduced conveyor belt counters, so you could see item count anyway if you just put them on this count. I'm not sure how covers and counters would work. I guess you could still just attach the cover after the counter has been put on the belt and the counter just works just fine. But yeah, I've always thought that covers are worse. What does chat say? Do I have ghosts? I know I had this last time as well, like hearing something. In, I think maybe, I actually wonder if someone is just like, if they are playing pranks or daring something like, yo, open the door and like just say boo or something and whatever, like pranking me. So no. There is no way to know that your red is the same as anyone else's red. I just read that. I just read that. Didn't even mean to. You love cover belts? Fair enough. QA site, regardless. If you want that. Can we get vertical lifts Mark 6? So literally the next question is, can we get vertical lifts Mark 6 exposed? And vertical lift floor hole auto completion in blueprints. Ain't that timing. Ain't that timing. See, that's what I would be more about on board with, I guess. So yeah, again, the same thing. QA. This one I do agree with, on the other hand, but still also a QA site angle. The design choice and art choice is what they are for a reason. So don't see them changing really, but maybe if they gain traction. Thank you for the amazing T-pipe piece. Now I can easily make a closed system nice since the X made it very hard. Glad to hear that they are helping out. The pipe thing with backflow and physics, will that always be a thing? I'm with pumps, too highs and so on, but I've to think about, if I do this, do I get my 300 units or not? I like their stance 300, I get 300, I don't have to solve backflow and shit. Yes. There's been I take partial blame for the increase in fluid irritation, annoyance lately. Maybe it's just me perceiving that and feeling extra guilty, so it feels extra loud to me. Maybe it's not extra loud, but I have perceived louder annoyance with fluid dynamics lately, and I am starting to wonder if it is because the way we tease. There is that one thumbnail from autumn last year. We fixed fluids, kinda. Yeah, maybe. It was still fun. I would still do it again. It's nice to take the piss on you all sometimes. Ha! Yeah, I did just say that. But maybe we over-trolled for what the fluid truck was actually. And honestly, the fluid truck is a good option for handling fluids. TLDR, I feel more blame for the annoyance lately, if there is more blame. But fluids work the way they are supposed to. We still suspect there might be a mini bug hiding inside what we already consider and have intended to be the working state of fluids, like the way they behave is how we intend to, with a slight maybe deviation that's so hard to pinpoint. Is this a bug or is this just also a possible result of our little mathematics jumbo? And the main reason for this is that Pipes took 3 updates to deliver after belts were a thing for a reason, and that reason is we never wanted pipes to just be belts with another mesh and waters to be items hidden inside the pipes, but that functionally work exactly like items on conveyor belts, like just X node or X cube of liquid, whatever, flowing into thing. Because at that point we may as well just make conveyor belts for... Are there ghosts in the studio? Fascinating. We may as well make conveyor belts for liquids as well. Yes, we may have overdone how real liquids are to deal with in this game. Yes, there may be room for us to explore, to like change it fundamentally. I don't know, camera and then ghost sounds and then now lights, and my mic hasn't died yet, I just jinxed it. Fuck, but hey. We'll see what that happens. Great. We might look into it, but for now, again, pipes and fluids, they do work according to design. We'll see. We'll see. If the changes come, even like way down the line, I am the first in line to start actually teasing and even giving you hard spoilers on that. Are there sound issues? Are the sound issues for multiplayer hosts getting fixed? Soundtrack, machines, footsteps stop working. When you say stop working, do they disappear completely? Because if they are working weirdly, as in being distorted or sounding very broken, that is indeed being fixed today on EXP, assuming you mean EXP, by the way. if it's live or if it's something else with the sounds, like them vanishing, QA site. Push it there. You want to tease something for 1.3? You know you do. Of course I do. I also want my salary. Is there any plan to fix DX12 on Proton? Currently it just sits on the loading screen and doesn't reach the main menu. Is this also for EXP? Wait, no, Proton. This is Steam Deck, isn't it? I haven't heard anything about this at all, or seen anything in the pipeline either. QA site, I can also ask, I'm archiving, can ask about this. Can the UI responsiveness behavior in the MAM be improved? Selecting nodes does not always work, and some research closes the UI while others leave it open. Yes, it is inconsistent. Sometimes you do have to double-click nodes specifically for them to trigger, and sometimes you don't, which means double-clicking them can have like annoying effects such as oops, you close the UI, or oops, you click off the node, and it feels like you have to triple click them to make them work. But there is inconsistencies in the MAM, and yes, they are being worked on. They are being not sure if they are being pushed for 1.2, but they are actively being worked on. Is there a plan to improve controller support? Decouple UI from input method, mixed controller and KBM input. Want to use Steam inputs with controller UI. We have KBM coming for console specifically. Guessing that should mean it works for Steam Deck as well. Don't immediately quote me on this one. I can't think of an instance where I've seen anyone even play with a keyboard on a Steam Deck, so maybe. Decouple UI from input method. I guess that would basically essentially mean different button schemes, either customizable or hard decided by us for between UI and controls. In which case, no, that is not planned yet. No. So, exists something like a free cam in Satisfactory? Limited free cam in photo mode is what you have. Any plans on adding more achievements? Nice name, by the way. Maybe for completing the game using random resource nodes, or some other ways to increase... Maybe for completing the game using random resource nodes, or some other ways to increase reasons to start playing again. Yes, we do plan on adding more achievements eventually. No, it's not going to be for 1.2, and when the new achievements down the line come in, maybe they could like retroactively incorporate some of the 1.2 stuff. The reason I know that game modes, and especially multipliers, they do seem like, on the surface, they do seem like a surefire, oh yeah, this is essentially hard mode, so doing this should absolutely reward you with an achievement. Achievements in how a player perceives them. So achievements are, from what I've gathered, just working here now, from a lot of behind the scenes logistics talks when we made achievements for the first place with 1.0, and again having played games for 30 years now myself, like I know achievements are probably the de facto, like, yes, when I complete all achievements I am done with the game, even though the in-game rewards are not all fully unlocked. If the achievements tab or trophies tab or gamerscore tab says you're done with the game, that's when you're done with the game. You don't have to like do everything the internal game tells you to. Which leads adding achievements for harder and more difficult things to do in games being a very, I forget how that sentence started, so this grammar might be jumbled. That's a slippery slope. And power. Now, we added some very absurd numbers, both with randomization and especially with the multipliers. We fully knew that adding max multipliers to parts, power, would result in the game taking forever to complete. And that's something you do purely for shits and giggles. And maybe, if you're a psychopath, a handful of people will actually, without cheats or AGS, finish the entire game with full multipliers. But even if you don't talk full multipliers, even just the second or third step, that's already exponential increases for every step in the production line of any production in Satisfactory. So you are asking for a lot of game time for achievements, for game modes. This is the ramble of why specifically we would not add achievements, most likely. Maybe we could for randomized nodes specifically, but never for multipliers. But yeah. In general, otherwise, I don't think we are done with achievements. The studio doesn't think we are done with achievements. Already on it, of course. Yep, 6 biomass burners to run a smelter. Case in point. And that's tier 0, or 1, by the way. So, if you remap reload, you still change ammo types by holding down R. If you remap reload, you still change ammo types by holding down R. Will this be fixed to follow the remap? I don't know. Good shout. I have not heard anything about remapping being broken. Archiving and QA site. I'll ask this on my end as well. The first EXP game I made, I got every node I needed up to bauxite in the starting area. Is that intentional? Just pure lottery? Just pure lottery. You can absolutely end up with pure uranium even. The how much uranium is there in the game? Say 10, whatever. The 10, 15 closest nodes to you just happening to be where all the uranium nodes spawn. Pure random means that you have the same amount of everything on the map, they just switch places. And yeah, if you're unlucky, everything might just tilt that way. Sound multiplayer host issues. When you are the host and your friends join your session, machines, footsteps, chainsaw, stop playing. Just stop playing the sounds. Interesting, okay. That might be on the laundry list of multiplayer issues. Unsure. Will there be some more updates for the Steam Deck? I use it docked and get a better UX using the Steam Deck equals 0 launch option. At least set the controls to dynamic. Also have not heard an instance of just like clear preferences for docked and for what reasons. No, we don't have updates with Steam Deck coming in, by the way, and interesting. I'm interested as to why always setting it to dynamic would be helpful. I'm trying to remember what that even entails on a Steam Deck. My brain is failing me. Blueprints with auto-connecting vehicle paths give red paths that need to be rebuilt. Is this being addressed? Most certainly yes, because that's a 1.2 feature. And all of the reported kinks from EXP that pertain to features introduced with the new content is highest prior. We shall see. Oh, Uzu even posting in chat. Please make QA site posts about the Steam Deck requests, by the way. Thank you, Uzu. I'll personally look through them, yeah. Because QA site does look through the entire thingy. How often does the QA site get a pass over to clean up spam, old and no longer relevant posts? I don't know. Still QA domain. And community, we actually have had a couple of cases. At least Jason has been on a couple of cases. A bit more loud than usual. About there being just hard spam, like selling weird stuff and shit on the QA site. We nuke them. Jason nukes it. QA team nukes it. And we try to clean up as often as possible. As for old and no longer relevant posts, I don't think those are being cleaned up because that is just minutes into hours being spent doing that, and I think QA has a very good track of what is being dealt with and what has been dealt with that stuff being gone or not. So, how many sound designers, technical sound designers, are employed at Coffee Stain Studios? We have one audio guy, as he is so nicely called. Sasha, who is making sounds, implementing sounds, designing sounds. And then we have Mikhailo as well, a programmer who is Sasha's main contact when talking about more extensive or technical, like technical sound implementation. So 1.5. One sound guy and his loyal sword. Recently a pioneer, is there any plan to promote building not square/grid? A lot of people do it now, but it's a lot more work and clipping. Thanks. Architecture, maybe down the line. One hella talented audio guy. That's for damn sure. Shout outs to Sasup. Shout outs to Sasup. Behemoth in downright saving this game sometimes. If you know, you know. 1 times 1 times 1 meter concrete building blocks when. QA site. The more you shout about architecture, the more ammo I have to shoot at Emmet, because that's my very active fight for the general. What's next for the game, by the way, on my behalf, architecture for you guys' sake. Oh, hello, Hoogie. Are architectural things you fight for, e.g. half walls, new wall materials, or purely aesthetic items like fans? Anyway, also to hear thanks. It's it is half walls, circular foundations, triangular foundations, and new materials such as bricks, woods, metals, and more. So yeah, different shapes of stuff you already have. Completely new items, my imagination stops there. If there's stuff you want, post on the site. I can also look and be like, I'm adding that to my list. Skipping that. Since the 1.2 paths breaks during autopilot tricks, are the devs more inclined to add a separate no safeguards path or snap-ons for speed boosts, jumps, etc.? I actually don't know what this means. I am sorry, Marv. Are we more likely to get half foundations, half walls, or spline lift-like foundations, walls whose size is variable within reasonable bounds? Most likely the static variant. Are the 1.2 icon issues a known issue, or shall we upvote it on the QA site? Icon issues in-game, stuff like the widget appearing in inventory menus, that should be fixed. If it's other icons, it's too vague, I don't know. And no. Are these all Marv questions? As the salty Mac question last week indicated OP hadn't seen more recent streams that gave up-to-date answers, can we please have a non-salty Linux Mac answer? Did I? Oh, the microwave comment. No, I don't regret that in the slightest. I was feeling teasy that day. But absolutely, we can absolutely have a reminder of the Mac and Linux situation. And the situation right now is that we don't officially support the game on Linux Mac. What we do is that we are not spending any active, what's the word now? Active planned time for any developer to look into it. But we do have a thing in the office called Creative Time, which is a huge privilege. It's honestly the best or second best thing we have in the office. And what Creative Time is you either get 4 hours every week or 8 hours every other week, and you can only save up to 8 hours. Then you can't do eventually a full week of just this by saving it up. So at max 8 hours every other week, so 1 full day of CT, which entails you either developing on something completely out of your planned pipeline. You do whatever you want as long as it pertains to, creative, active creative making of something, developing something that could be useful with a reasonable argument in the games industry and in making games, so for fuck's sake. I'll turn this light on back after this question is done. And we have had, I think, 1 or 2 guys who have been using their creative time to loosely explore what it would entail to actually finish porting this game properly to Linux and Macs. And they have actually gotten further than anyone really thought would be feasible with, in the grand scope of things, the limited CT we have. So if it progresses much further and the trampoline point from their own quote-unquote free dev time is something we can work off of without chewing away from too much at the planned pipeline, that's when officially looking at putting people actively on porting it to Mac and Linux would be an option. So maybe we have something in the cook, but it is completely on people's own timetable and not in the satisfactory timetable. But depending on how far that private timetable goes, there could be a window to merge them. Is the official answer on Linux Max. And if you took offense to the microwave comment last week, hello. Hello. If you took offense to the microwave comment last week, I was only having fun for my own sake. Bring back the dog rotation technique in 1.2. Screw you. Need more controlling tools or more display on maps, or search like where is my XYZ factory. Now I upload my save game to a website to search there. Skim is nice. I do get the vibe for not wanting to use third party, just having everything in the game. I have heard more than once in less than a week now, I've heard stuff about subcategories being very inadequate in map markers. Just like they should be separatable. Maybe that's something to look into. What are the chances of a Y-pipe junction now that we have X and T? Honestly, considering they exist kinda for hypertubes. Maybe. QA site. Can there be a QA tag for Steam Deck? If Uzo's still in chat, I'll have him be on it right now. And if he's not, I'll bring it to him. Archive. Are there plans? I have seen many Beans posts. Are there plans to optimize the pathfinding and hitboxes of the beans? It seems like in EXP they have more of a tendency to wander through walls' foundations. Might be recency bias, I don't think. Maybe, I mean, I say I don't think. I don't think. We definitely have not intentionally edited their AI behavior in 1.2. So if they are doing it, it's unintended. And if so, that should be getting fixed, yes. Otherwise, no, I don't think creature AI in general is being looked at yet. There is a window, I will not say more, there is a window in the not too distant future where looking at creature AI as a whole could be, there could be an argument could be made for that taking higher priority, and then maybe then that could be a good thing to do. I already answered that. Will you ever add nicer ways to make curves? There are tricks now, surely, but official support would be much nicer. Foundations, arches, etc. Damn it, I need Emmett to sit through this full dev stream for just 2 weeks in a row, and he would understand exactly where I'm coming from when I'm saying, God damn it, man, you could give them like 16 maps, you could give them 18 new creatures, you could give them the crab boss, you could give them water physics, you could give them golf. Everything. You could put all of that in 1.3, or you could put only architecture in the other 1.3, and community would pick architecture 10 out of 10 times. Every day of the week. Speak of the crab boss, where is it? In the basement. Are you aware of the issue where non-hosts on servers get 0 output when first opening building settings? Hopefully someone is, I'm not. That was the Salty Mac question that I forgot to check away. After a long day of building, I get a drink, jump onto a train, tour the map to relax. Can we get a nostalgic touring train with whistles and a passenger car? That kind of goes into architecture. That could be kind of fun, yeah. Shout on the QA side. If Satisfactory got official mod support, throw that in with the heap of maps and shit, by the way, and community would still pick architecture. Mod support, would CSS put out official prototype features as mods out of cadence with EXP main releases? That is interesting. I do not know. I see where the idea is feasible and fun, but I have no idea where we would stand with mods once official mod support was released. I mean, we would officially endorse them, of course, but yeah, it's like where the fine line of where do we where's the line between implementing stuff, especially now into 1.1, 1.2, implementing stuff that feels like, yes, this is so great to have now, because it used to be a mod that everybody liked, and now we can just do it anyway, like vertical nudging. Contra, we're just stealing what people have done, which technically is never true, but, you know, people have made some really cool shit, and we don't want to step on too many toes either. After finishing the space elevator, there is nothing left to do. Will we have more interactions with it after the first project is completed? This is also starting to be one of the most recurring questions to pop up here, and I'm only saying that because that's me thinking maybe this is something that I should also escalate. But at the same time, if I escalate this is not as much a issue with the game as it is just a very strong point of, if you guys got this, it would be really nice. Our standpoint right now is that Satisfactory is a plonker-stonkingly huge game. Even if you beeline immediately into trying to complete Phase 5 and doing no just aesthetic or side builds, it's still a very, very huge game. And both with respect to that and respects to people asking for a higher U-object limit, honestly, yeah, the nature of the beast with this game is that if you're into it, you are definitely into it for way more hours than what PA gives you or has you play with. But at the same time, at some point, someone's gotta be done with the game. Sometimes the game just is finished, right? You're done with the game. It's fine to move on. It's fine to realize that you have reached the upper limits of what, especially on console with regards to U-object limit. It's fine to admit that you've reached the end. GG, Pioneer. Now go do something else. In Satisfactory, or somewhere else entirely. That being said, this is definitely also, again, very, very, very oftenly asked. Enough for me to be could be worth looking into. It would be a huge feature request. I'm gonna archive this and see what I think in a couple of days when I am more on the devs' side and less on your side, community, for escalating an endgame. But again, it would not be anytime soon. Can we have Emmett's personal contact details so we can request architecture directly? I would still like to have my salary every month. The Epic backend issue. Are any of the other Unreal Engine focused studios under CS doing non-Epic backends that could be collaborated on? I don't know, and I don't know how privy we are to that info. It's probably not that secret, but I don't think it's something we can just go and look up ourselves. We would have to ask, I think. If CSS got a DDR mat with the excuse to experiment with controller support, when you're done tinkering, would it go in the game room or the gym? The gym, because dancing is one of the most exhausting activities I have partaken in my life. If you end the game when the tier's advancements are done, that's a you issue. Nothing left to do, that's a serious lack of imagination. And that's not something you guys are suffering from. 8,000 hours in Factorio and counting. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you bring back vanilla vertical rotations? They are patched out in 1.2. Interesting. I don't know why they would be gone. And I think if they are gone, that's unintended. And if it's unintended, it should be fixed. When will the multiplayer netcode be overhauled to fix late game issues like DCs and lags? Was it too early to switch from UE4 to UE5? No. The switch absolutely has effects that we still feel today, especially with the multiplayer netcode. It most definitely was not too early, because the principle that holds true 99.9% of the time is that if you can do an engine upgrade, do it as soon as you can. Because the only thing that's gonna happen if you stave off making an engine upgrade, especially when the first number in the engine goes up, so from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, the only thing that's gonna happen by waiting is it's just gonna be even more and more and more too late. The pain is growing fast if you delay if you delay engine upgrading. Unreal 7 when, Unreal 6 when. Yeah. Tech debt is real with engine upgrades. It is fucking horrifying. We'll drop the F-bomb for that, even though I drop it pretty loosely anyway. Will the Sarah McLachlan cover be added to the game as a boombox save? That's actually a very good idea. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, the sound file exists. I'll pitch that. With the randomizing of nodes in 1.2, resource wells are not. Is that okay or a bug? That is okay. Wells... I was expecting oil to be static as well, even. I was expecting oil to be unrandomized, because meshes in the map would be strange. But they actually went and had their magic done with it, so oils are also randomized. But wells are not. That is intended. Unsatisfactory April's Fool's release when? I mean, the day would be tomorrow, right? The day would be tomorrow. Motorola, please. Oil is broken on that, by the way. Oh yeah, it is broken on that, by the way. Their textures are... oh yeah, you wrote yourself. Yeah, the textures are not quite where they are supposed to be sometimes. Alright, chat. 17:56 and my Slido being completely empty for the first time in a while. Woohoo! Is making me think that we should raid somebody. Satisfactory. Specifically. Oh, what a title. 1.2 experimental. Let's go. Don't tell her that we are coming. I'm just checking if it is... there is no weird ass 18 plus sign here. Good shit. Then we'll make it quick and easy, chat. And today we are raiding Lumun. Boop. Excellent. Oh, the channel isn't for mature audiences. Oh, well, that's a you issue now, team. Chat, as always, great having you around. Sorry if today came off as slightly low energy. Again, I am straight telling you I'm fatigued as fuck. I should eat more food even on this cut. I need to up my intake somehow. Still great fun. Always nice yapping about this. Thank you especially much for the highlights. It's always, again, a nice reminder to see your stories behind this game. What pulls you in, what pulls you out of other things through this game. Fantastic. Keep taking care of each other. Keep taking care of yourselves. Have a fantastic Easter. And I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.